Hi, friends. I'm Yolanda Harper with Harper Therapy. I am here in our office in the Tampa Bay area in Lutz, Florida. I am jumping on live solo today. Usually I have another member of our team with me. Actually, today Toby and Hobbs are in the room with me, but they are crashed out. But I wanted to spend a couple of minutes talking about that thing that those little idiosyncrasies, those little nuances that we have, like if I am sleeping, I have to have my feet covered, right? Those little things like, wow, I notice that I am really jumpy when there's a sound that I don't expect, or I really cannot stand to sit in the restaurant with my back to the door. So these are things that maybe you've noticed about yourself or that your family or friends kind of joke around about a little bit. Um, and now you're kind of wondering, like, what is that about? What is it about the loud noise? What is it about being in a space with my back to the door? What is making me feel always so on edge? So there are little idiosyncrasies and nuances about our personalities that are just unique about us. And then there are those things that come as a result of maybe some hard things that we've lived through in our lives. So here at Harper Therapy, we talk about those hard things. We talk about the things that we don't talk about because it's about time that we did. And so, again, we've been talking a lot lately about trauma and what is trauma and what are some of the impacts of trauma on our lives. Trauma are those events that we live through that are a threat to our safety or well-being or the safety or well-being of someone or something that we love. And as a result, we can have some things happen in our lives like panic attacks, like nightmares, like impacts on our relationships, right? Irritability, kind of withdrawing, isolation. So if you check out our blog, if you check out our previous Facebook Lives, you'll find out more information about those things. But today we're going to talk about those things that make us feel on edge. So in our world, in the world of therapy, we call that hypervigilance. Um, what happens is that it's our brain's primary job to keep us alive. And one of the ways that it does that is that it scans the environment for danger. And oftentimes our nervous systems respond pretty sensitively to things that might be perceived as a threat, whether that be a sound, a smell, a positioning in the room that maybe doesn't feel safe, like with the back to the door. Um, it could be any of these things. If you have had experiences earlier in your life with some trauma as a result of your primary caregiver, some negligence, or some abuse, you might be super sensitive to people's nonverbal responses, right? You might have a real read on people's emotions and response. So you might be told that you're super sensitive to people, and it might be a response to some of those things. So again, in our world, in the world of therapy, we call that hypervigilance. And really, it's your brain trying to keep you safe. However, in our day to day lives, we're not in those same experiences of threat as we once were. So it really takes a toll on us, always being on guard, always being on edge. It's exhausting. So there are some things that you can do to help with this feeling of hypervigilance, to help calm your nervous system down. Those are things like meditation, yoga, exercise, those kinds of things. But really, what is going to be most helpful and most impactful with the sense of hypervigilance, of always feeling like you're on guard, always on edge, is therapy. And specifically, therapy to address these um, experiences of trauma or these hard things that you've been through and that you've survived in your life. At Harper Therapy, that is what we specialize in. It's what we're really good at. And it's one of the reasons why all of our team is trained in accelerated resolution therapy. Accelerated resolution therapy helps calm that nervous system down. It helps your brain to process those events so that anything that looks like, smells like, feels like, tastes like isn't triggering that on guard sensation for your nervous system. You can finally like breathe and chill and relax and not be so on guard all the time. So that is some information about if you are having those experiences where you hear a loud noise and you are super startled, if you can't stand to have your back to the door, if you have a big reaction to a smell, a taste of something that kind of hits you from out of the blue, again, we call that hypervigilance, and we are here to help you with those experiences. So I wanted to share that information with you. If you find this helpful, then share this video with someone who might benefit from it. Otherwise, give us a call at the office. We're here to help you find hope, growth, and healing. I'll talk to you soon, guys.